Hey, Jeff here. Welcome to NEBR, New England Beer Reviews. Today I'm talking about Neighborhood Beer Company, Exeter, New Hampshire. This is their Hallowed Hammock. Has an alcohol by volume of 4.8% ABV. Won't be doing too many more video reviews for a little while. I may try to get another one or two in. I'm going to be having some surgery in a few weeks, and I'm probably going to be kind of keeping low profile for the recovery time, which could take several weeks. The old ticker is starting to show its age. I'm almost 60 years old, and so is the old ticker, so it says it's time to get some replacement parts, which is what I'm going to be doing. So hopefully everything will go all right. So that's why you haven't seen a lot of beer reviews by me lately, because I've been really trying to cut back, and the beers I have been drinking have primarily been the ones that are sort of lower in alcohol, light beers, not the really high alcohol Abbey ales, dark ales that I like to normally drink. So this is a Kolsch, a blonde ale, it says on the label, but they also call it a Kolsch. And so that's a little past season, because we're at Labor Day weekend now. Kolsch's are better back in May or June, but anyway, figured I'd get into it now. So let's open up the can. Neighborhood Brewing out of Exeter, New Hampshire. You might recall, I think it was 2015, I went over there a few weeks after they opened, did one of my little visiting the brewery videos. So let's give it a pour into this big, old, nice, footed Pilsner glass. This was sent to me as a gift from a friend, sort of out of the blue. She said, I just thought of you when I saw this, and she sent it to me in the mail. I really love it too. It's just high quality Pilsner glass. So there's the pour, and you can see a bit of a haze here. Definitely a sort of a pale yellow look to it, a light amber tone to it, with, as I said, a bit of a chill haze, or maybe just a yeast haze, or a hop haze, or something like that. But definitely got some haze going on in the glass, with a small little white foamy head up top. Looks a bit like a Pilsner should, or a Kolsch should. So let's take a check into the aroma. Oh, I love these kind of beers. Yeah, because I just love these Pilsner style or Kolsch style, because I love those European German malts. That's one thing Neighborhood likes to do, is they specialize in traditional German recipes for their beers. Some that are recipes that haven't seen the light of day for centuries, that they've dug up out of old books and things like that. But anyway, back to this particular beer. You're getting a really pleasant toasted biscuit, toasted bread, European, sweet European German malt character to this. That just really crusty sort of character that's really pretty common for a Pilsner or something like this. Just a vibrant, it's got a bit of a lemon zest going on, maybe a hint of grass in here as well. It's just one of those sort of, one of those kind of, and the hop character is more laid down, but you are getting a bit of a zest, a lemon zest, or a lemongrass or something like that. Time for the taste. Oh, that's just a nice little bite at the end. Not bitter. It's got this little, well, sort of a bitter eruption. Taste, though, is got this kind of citrusy, zesty, lemony kind of thing going on. As well as the sweet toasted malts I talked about a moment ago. Toasted bread. But it's kind of this nice citrusy, zesty character in here as well, which just gives it kind of a really light, refreshing, summer-like kind of feel to it. Very easy drinking beer, lawnmower beer, some people might call this. It does have a bitter bite, though. The bite on this is, it's, I'd say, a moderate bitterness at the end. Lingers for a moment or so. But it's a pretty tasty beer. But I'm picking up, on the nose I got the real toasted characters, as I talked about a couple times. The taste, though, I think emphasizes more of the lemon zest, the citrus character, the zinginess, the zestiness. But you're getting the toasted cracker and toasted bread, toasted biscuit, but that zesty juiciness is in there. A little more so in the taste, I think. It does not mention what the international bitterness units are, IBUs. Guessing it's probably in the low 20s, if that, because it does have a bit of a bite to it. Not real significant, I'd say a moderate one. But Neighborhood puts out some nice beers, and they have, as you can tell here, they now start canning. That's a fairly new addition for them. They started canning, I think, within the last 6 to 8 months, or maybe the last year or so. Now that they're more widely available. When they first came out, like a lot of these small nano breweries in New Hampshire that have been opening over the last 5 to 6 years, you had to go to the brewery, get some growlers and tasters, samples and stuff like that. But now that they're starting to get out more in the state, they're distributing to more stores, and you're starting to find their beer more often, at least in New Hampshire. This isn't something that's outside of the state yet. One never knows, but at this point they're still New Hampshire only, as are a lot of these 70 plus nano breweries that are located here in New Hampshire these days. You know, when I started these beer reviews back in 2010, New Hampshire had, I think the number is like 14, 15 breweries, something like that. And then 2011, there were some major changes to legislation. I've talked about it on and off over the years, especially when I'm introducing a new small brewery to my viewers. But 2011, 2012, there's some changes in the law that changed the licensing fees and allowed for self-distribution. And as long as you brewed less than 2,000 barrels per year, feel free to go at it. And a lot of home brewers have taken advantage of those changes and have opened their own little shops, sometimes in just a little garage. But some of those garage shops that opened back in 2012, 2013 are now turning into bigger operations, and their beer is being found all over the state more than they were before. And in some instances, some of these newer breweries like 603 I talk about a lot, you know, they are outside of New Hampshire more and more. Henniker has really exploded. Those breweries have really taken off and are located outside the state. So, but there's still the in-state ones like Neighborhood. You never know, a year or two from now I may be saying, hey, I saw them in Massachusetts or something. So, that's going to do it for now. This is Neighborhood Hallowed Hammock from New Hampshire. Thanks for stopping by. Catch you again another time.